Welcome to Down and Dirty, the Metro State Tractor Pullers. I thought it'd be a great idea to set up in the announcer stand at the Iowa State Fair, but there happens to be like a 30-mile-an-hour breeze, and I just lost one of my monitors as I was getting ready to start the show. So, hey, good old Jason coming through. So, Mr. Feller, Mr. Paulson, we're going to talk some Beaver Dam tonight. Hi, Elsie, how are you?
Yep.
Can you guys hear me? Good. Can you guys hear me okay, or is it too windy? Okay. Great. Just take over. I'm going to mute myself and get a new spot.
Okay. All right. Well, let everybody know this week one of the polls we have coming up is Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and we've got Chris Feller and Al Paulson that help put that show on. Local guys, your county fair. You here to tell us a little bit about it and what all you got going on for that night? You want to start off, Chris, a little bit?
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's August 14th already. The summer's flying.
Right.
And Al, is this year 4 or year 5?
Al, is this our 4th or 5th year to be in Beaver Dam? I'm guessing 4 years, Chris. I don't know. Al must not be able to hear us.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's got any audio
Right.
there. Yeah, so yeah, we talked to the fair board, a few years back, and it took us about 3 years to get in there. They finally decided they had too many too many bands there and stuff, and they want to give us a shot. And it's been, good for Badger State, good for the fair up there, and been growing ever since. We have, I don't know how many people we have in the stands when we're up there. I mean, it's one of the most attended events, I think, the whole year. Wouldn't you say, Greg? I mean, there's a lot of fans in the stands.
Yeah, it's one of our top 5. I'm sure of that.
I wouldn't even, if that could be like a Friday night or a Saturday night event there, I don't even know if we'd have enough room for everybody. Wednesday night's a little tough for everybody to show up, but it's still well attended.
Right. I remember the second year we were there, the guys in the fair board said people were staking their seats out 3 or 4 days in advance there, and had stuffed up reserved seats there for themselves. That was pretty cool. Have that very often.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 2 years ago we seen somebody put a blanket up and tape it down like 2 days before the event. But if they did that this year, they're gonna have a wet butt.
Right.
We had 3.3 inches up at Beaver Dam, pretty close to the track.
Yeah. Yep. Al's back. Can you hear us now, Al?
Yep, I can hear you now. I don't know what was wrong, but I can hear you guys great.
All right. We're just telling about how much rain you had at the track here, and that's actually pretty good. You don't have to put the water in the track then.
I told Denny Wiestoff, who helps us with all the track watering, Mother Nature saved us a lot of work.
Yep. It saved me a lot for Sauk too.
That's right.
Yeah, but we, Al, when did we work on the track and roll it in and pack it in? I mean, that thing is packed like solid. So, we're believing, we just talked this afternoon. We had some pictures of the track I sent off to Jason earlier. I don't know if he got them or not, but, the top inch is probably really wet, and below that, I think it's fine, right, Al? I mean, it'll dry out good.
It looked good. I was there at 4:30. That was about 3 hours after it quit raining today, and there is very little water anywhere. A couple lines where we had to grade it out for drainage. Randy Walk runs our grader at the Dodge County Fairgrounds, and he did just a beautiful job of shaping. We did all this 3 weeks ago when we worked in that new clay, and that day when we were done, it was just we could have pulled on that thing that day, even though we didn't add any water to it. It was really, really looking great. So I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks after all this rain. I was kind of worried actually when I went up there this afternoon, but after seeing it, it's like, oh, we're going to be fine. I think even the ground should shape up. We're expecting 2 days of sun and wind, and I'm hoping we don't even have a mud puddle to drive through by then. So
right, and the tracks are always better when we have a little rain. Mother Nature. You don't have to put so much water in it. It seems like rainwater is better than what you can dump in it every time. Just like growing crops.
Yeah. So the guys up there gave us permission to add clay to the track for the first time. They really didn't want to do it before because of the circle track guys, but I don't think there's that many circle track races on that track anymore. So what did we put in there, Al? Like 350 yards of clay.
It was 14 quad loads. We probably added 2.5, 3 inches of clay to the top of the track now, and it's really good bubblegum style clay.
Oh yeah, that track is really old. It's been leached out for a long time. There's not a lot of organic matter left in it, so found some good clay and put it in there, and we'll keep adding to it as the years go on here to build a really tough track up there. It should make, just the first year should make an improvement, because when that was a little bit wet up there, you can put the clay together in your hand and it just sticks together, and you go on the old part of the track and it doesn't. So it's going to be a big improvement this year.
Yeah. Can you guys plant any wheat or anything on it over the winter or not?
We got to inquire about that.
Yeah.
I think they'd probably let us if they don't have any other racing going on. They did have a All-Star Series race there earlier this year with big wing sprint cars that actually that's a half-mile oval. They're hitting like 130 miles an hour around that thing. So I guess we kind of got to wait and see what their needs are for the track. They're a little sensitive on that, but they pretty much let us do what we want because we have such a good show for them.
Right. Chris and I were there that day. They had the race there. We were up. We're on our way to course.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. We went up there to look at the
Yep.
clay they had on the side there, but I don't know. Them cars can drive through the wheat; they'll be all right.
Right.
Be like the end of the track. Be like the end of the track at Utica.
Right. Who all? What all you got there for classes, Al?
Well, we got all the pro classes, basically the pro stocks, light pros, limited pros. And then we got the super farms, the pro stock diesel trucks, and then the 2-wheel drive trucks.
Okay. What's that? 6 or 8 classes?
Yep, 6 classes running on 2 tracks.
Yep. That'll be a good show. It usually gets done pretty quick. Runs pretty quick.
They actually would like us to be done by around 9:30. So it's a Wednesday night. People got to get home and work. Or if they do want to stay, they can head to the beer garden or grab a burger or whatever on the way out. So they prefer us to be done early. And I think that's getting to be more and more popular at a lot of our events these days, get done a little earlier so people can have a safe drive home.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it's always been, all the time I've been signing bulls, everybody wants them done by 9:30. So if they're done at 9:30, guys will go and either go to the beer tent and have a beer, or their kids will take them on a ride. But if it's after 10 o'clock, they go straight home.
Yep.
Just the way it's pretty much always been. And we always push, we have always pushed to be done by 10 o'clock or before 10. And pullers want to get home too. You don't want to be leaving a pull at midnight in the morning either. And by then there's nobody in the stands to watch you pull anyway. So how much fun is it?
Right.
Yep. It's not fun to pull in front of an empty grandstand. So, but what all you got for sponsors for the fair, the Dodge County Fair there? Do you guys have a list of them or know who sponsors?
I didn't put anything together for tonight, but there's just a massive amount of people that have donated tractors for the show for scraping and packing. And I wish I would have had time to meet with some of those guys to get a list to talk about it tonight, but they'll probably announce it during the fair or during the poll that night. And I just don't have anybody singled out, or I don't have a list to mention everybody, so I don't want to start and miss everybody.
Yep. Understandable. Yeah. So it starts at 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Wednesday night. Pit gates are open all day. Pretty much fair's going, so you can get in there anytime you want. Get around in the fairgrounds.
Yep, and there's no admission to the grandstands. Your admission to the fair is actually your admission to the grandstand as well. So they don't charge extra to get in and see the pole. It's part of just your standard admission. So.
Yep. Is it so much carload or so much a person?
So much a person as you're coming through the gate, but it's relatively cheap. I think they might be at $15 a person now, but if you're there before 2 o'clock, I believe it's only 10.
Okay.
But it's a pretty cheap date.
Right. Are we going to see the Caterpillar there, Chris, or not? You got no time to get it done?
Tractor or bug?
No. Tractor.
No, it's ready. It's ready to dyno. I just have to stay home long enough to spend some time on it. That's why I said it's August 14th already. It's hard to believe.
Right.
But,
So no. But you guys got anything else you want to talk about for the fair here, the fair poll, or anything? What the history? We were trying to figure out. We were there for 4 or 5 years now, Al. When you couldn't hear us or we couldn't hear you at all.
I think this has got to be like 5 or 6 at least, Chris, right?
I think it's 5.
Yep.
Because we had one rain out in there.
Yep.
Took us a long time to get in there, and now that we're there, they're very happy with our show. We put on a show that just fills the stands and at a fraction of the cost of what some of the music entertainment is. So they're super happy with us.
Yep. What's the president's name?
Doug Ninman.
Doug. Yep. He comes to fair convention all the time and always happy and ready. One of the first guys in there ready to sign the show anymore. So glad to have him.
Yep, Doug's a good guy. He's got a lot of really dedicated help up there that helps set up the fair. A lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to put on a fair. All the people that donate their time for free behind the scenes, and there's a ton of stuff you got to do, to put on a fair. And all that whole group of guys up there and gals are great that put that on. And Doug's been doing it for a long time, and he's got a system down that works really good. So.
Yep. Good.
That fairgrounds got, for us pullers on the infield there to park semis, it's probably the most room out of any event we go to pull a semi in there. You don't have to worry about, trying to back up and stuff like that. You kind of pull in and pull out. So that's a easy fair to get in and out of with a big rig.
Right. And it's nice. You're close to the track. You don't have to park a mile away and run back if you forgot something and get it.
Yep. And I think, Al, what do you think? The infield? That was so bone dry with this 3 inches of rain we got up there. I don't think that'll be in bad shape at all. I think that'll all soak in and be in good shape by the time we show up there Wednesday afternoon, don't you?
I'd be shocked if we had to mark off any of it. I think it's going to soak in pretty fast. And talk about fantastic facility as far as for the pullers. There's so much space. And I remember the year we had an inch and 3 or 4 tenths the morning of the pull. And I remember Tom Gallett's coming up and saying, I thought we were going to drive into just a mess tonight. And this is actually really nice. And that just shows how well it's kind of laid out and everything's kind of in place for drainage. And I think we'll be in good shape by then. We got a couple days to dry this up and we should be in really good shape.
Yep. So wonder if Jason found a spot with no wind here, because I'm sure we get some other guys on the show here, and it's always nice to get the comments. I don't think we can get them without him putting them through to us. Some questions.
Yeah, I'm back.
There he's back.
Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I tried setting up at the announcer stand at the Iowa State Fair, but there's like a 30-mile-an-hour breeze, and one of my screens blew over right when I was starting the show, so I apologize, guys. So I moved to the motorhome. Chris, did you send me an email today, buddy?
Yeah, we just a couple of pictures of the track when it stopped raining about 4:00 today.
Okay.
That's all it was. Like I said, the guys that help out the track up there are doing a fantastic job. We got it packed tight, and there's no puddle standing on it at all, so it's flat as a pancake. It drained off good, and we'll be good.
That's always you always track when water.
We can't hear Greg now.
No,
Now
you hear me?
I heard you there, Greg.
All right. Well, I always let everyone try to build the track when you're done. Just put it back together like you're going to pull up. So you don't have that big hole. Start it where we go. Just everybody. Like guys just from the hear me?
I'm sorry, Greg, but you're breaking up pretty bad.
Chris or Alan, what time's the Pullers meal? Kyle just put that in the comments.
What time you got food coming, Chris?
5. It's coming a little bit earlier, but we'll be ready by 5. We got steak sandwiches, ham sandwiches, and a bunch of potato salad and desserts, and just like we usually have up there.
Here's some of those pictures, Chris. I'm going to put them on the screen that you sent me. So that's the track in Beaver Dam today after the rain. So to Chris's point, there's no standing water and everything looks really good. So
good.
I took them at about 4:30 this afternoon. It rained until about 1:30, so we're pretty happy. There's a little bit on that end. The track slopes towards the finish line, so it takes a little longer for that to get off. I think we'll be in really good shape.
Yeah, it rained for 7 hours straight.
Yeah. It's a good rain for the corn,
That's good timing too, especially beans.
right? Yep. We all need that. Well, don't have anything more for Al and Chris. Adam's ready to give a speech. It looks like I can see it.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks.
Yep.
Thank
You ready? Sorry, Adam.
What's that?
I think.
You're cutting out, Greg.
Can you hear us?
Adam, what do you got going on there? What do you got going on, Adam?
So we got Badger State and Lancaster Thursday night. We've got 540 Light Pro, Super Farm, Light Limited, Super Stock, Pro Stock Diesel Truck, Hot Farm, and 2-wheel drive trucks. So we got a lot of stuff. It's all on one track.
Yep. And what time does it start?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep. I can. I don't think you can hear me.
Starts at 7 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, they're going to have a local invite. Some local tractors are going to be pulling at 6 o'clock, and then Badger State will start at 7.
All right. What?
Can you guys
What? How many years?
hear
And this is like,
me?
what's that? Can you hear me? I might have to get a little closer.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
I think we got a bad connection.
Let me try it in here. Is that any better? Can you guys hear me? Is that better?
They'll lose
Hello?
you.
We must have lost Jason.
There. I got you back, Greg.
Is that better? I don't know. Can you hear me, Adam?
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? I don't know. I think we lost Jason. Technical difficulty. Pat Hack says he can hear and see me just fine. It's a 5-second delay with Adam.
So Adam's internet's really bad, Greg. It's really grainy. So
All right. So
I think I got you back.
I can hear Adam now, yeah. But we can tell them a little bit about Lancaster. We've been back there. I don't know if you can hear me. We've been back there. I think this is the third year we've been back. We pulled there the first 20 years of Badger State, and they went a different direction with music or something. And they've come back to us now for tractor pull. And I guess it's been going good according to everybody I've talked to. The track has always been one of the best.
Yeah, it's always been a good track, and they seem to get a good crowd. It's hard sometimes on a Thursday night, but things I think have been working pretty well for them.
Okay. You got a beer tent there and everything too, Adam, I take it?
Yep, beer tent, food stand, all the regular carnival food, but yeah, there's all kinds of amenities.
Yep.
They give me a list of sponsors here that they'd like to thank. Legion Oil in Lancaster, Alternative Recycling, Amcor in Lancaster, Bailey Excavating, Guthrie Trucking, J&N Stone, Klein Tree Service, Murray's Dairy Farm and Refrigeration, Royal Bank, Scott Implement, Saputo, Skyline Homes, Upland Winds, and West End Salvage are a few of the ones that they wanted mentioned. As everybody knows, it takes a lot of sponsors to put on a pole, and every little bit helps.
Takes a lot of help. Who builds a track with you, Adam, or do you do it, or who helps? With
There's a crew. There's some guys. Roger Guthrie's on the fair board. He's involved with it. I believe Andrew Krubel and Jeff Ball and Chad Wheeland. I think they're the guys that worked on last year, worked on well. So I think they're doing it again this year.
Okay. I know for years that was one of the best tracks we ever pulled on in Lancaster. The first 20 years in Badger State, it was always a good track. And then, I don't know, it still is the way it sounds. I haven't been there, but the guys that have been there said it's a good one. Yep. So, what's your favorite
last
part?
Year's has been a really good track.
Yeah. What's your favorite part
What's
about
that?
having Badger State Lancaster? What's your favorite part about
just that
having?
It's close. We don't have to drive too. Oh, it's close. It's nice that it's close. You don't have to drive 2 hours to get to it. So.
Right. Yeah. But if everybody listening don't know, Adams probably puts the most miles on in Badger State a year, I would imagine, going to all the polls. And maybe the guys in Iowa, but up by Adam, there's not one straight road. Right?
I always tell everybody we live on the edge of the world. But it's a nice country over here, and we do put a lot of miles on. I know there's others put a lot of miles on too. I know like Wackholtz is up there. They run a long ways. And now, down in Iowa, those guys are coming a long ways too. So
Yeah, Brown is
Dominic
yeah.
Holgraffer and them. So
Yep. Well, it's fun. The guys, if you put a good show on, they like to come pull in good tracks and pull against some good competition.
Yep.
So, how about the kids and all of your kids there? They enjoy it. They make it. Your dad makes it. All the family makes it to the pull there with you.
Yep. It's nice. It's close to home, and all the family can make it. And I mean, the kids go to a lot of pulls with us, anyways. But mom and dad can only make it to the close ones, so they'll be able to be there. So.
Yep. Who's announcing there Thursday night?
I believe Stacy's on to announce Thursday night. So
maybe John. But yeah. All right. Yep.
Stacy is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Talked to him today. He said,
what's that?
I talked to him today. He said he's looking forward and ready to go.
Well, that's good. Good. He's kind of got some ties back this way, so that's good to hear. So
I think he grew up in Stacy was down in Platteville. He grew up.
So what's that?
I think Stacy's family farmed in Platteville, didn't they, or Hazel Green or something like that?
I believe so. I believe so. I do know he's got some ties back here, and I guess I thought it was in the Platteville area as well. So
okay. How about your tractor? You got it ready to run?
I think so. Hopefully, everything seemed all right after Milledgeville, so hopefully we're good to go. But you know what it's like to try to pull in your hometown. Usually that's when you have problems. So,
right.
Not Lancaster, my hometown, but it'd be our closest Badger State hook. So,
And it's hard going from Beaver Dam Wednesday night to Lancaster on Thursday night. And then
yeah, our class is not in Beaver Dam. So we got our class Hop Farms in Lancaster, and then on Saturday night we'll be in still there.
Yep, you'll be in
we'll
Sauk.
In Sauk.
Yep. Otherwise, we got 4 to 4. Some of the guys are pretty busy. I don't think everybody's at all the events, but not one class is at all the events that
I believe you're right. I think there's a few classes that hook at 3 hooks of the 3 of the 4, but there's nobody that hooks at 4. So
right. Well, I don't know if people don't know,
it's
but
a little tough to expect a class to hook 4 nights in a row.
Any class, yeah. If everybody don't know, Adam's the secretary of Badger State, and he and I do a lot of the contract signing at the fair convention together. And it's a big project to put it all together, isn't it? Making sure you got enough hooks for everybody, and everybody's not pulling 4 nights in a row or something, and try to make it even.
Try to keep it even for everybody,
and then try to give all the fair boards the classes they want. It's kind of
exactly. A lot of times a lot of times they come in and they got classes that they want because they got local guys in those classes, and then to be able to try to make sure that there's in the class that gets left out and is real short on hooks. It takes a lot just to figure that all out, make sure everybody is competitive in numbers.
Right. And we usually shoot for what, 17, 18 hooks per class. So,
Right.
and then, that's what we've been shooting for. Sometimes I don't know how many the Hot Farm had a little more this year, didn't they? Or Super Farm had the most this year.
Yeah, I think Super Farm and I think Diesel Trucks had quite a few, but
Yep.
everybody wants those classes.
Stacy's listening. He says, my dad and Dale Rupp are from Platteville.
Okay.
Yep. We farm near Platteville.
Yep.
So that's good. He's close to hometown.
Yep.
Thanks for
Yep.
listening. Yep. So what else we got to talk about today, Adam?
I don't know. Look at my notes. The spare secretary said I think it's $15 admission into the poll. Pit passes are $20. 8 and under when accompanied by adults are free. Then that Grant County Fair, they hire Bungard sled, so it'll be a Bungard sled there.
Make people like that.
Yeah, I think usually people are pretty happy with it.
Well, I was going to tell people a little bit about our business together too, Adam. My son and his girlfriend Emily and Avery sell meat, and you
Yep.
have a meat market. When you see prairie raised beef, that's usually all taken care of at Bloomington Meats, which is owned by Adam's family.
Yep,
Yeah.
my parents bought it, the locker plant in May of 2019. Been running it ever since, and learned a lot in the meat cutting business. And here in the last year or so, Emily and Avery have come down and started bringing your guys' animals down and processing them with us, and been marketing your guys' own beef. So I think it's working out for them.
Right. And your meat market's one of state certified for resale, right? And that's
Yes.
you
Yep.
are labeled on the pack. It's really nice too, So
Yep. We're state inspected.
Yep. And your dad was talking about adding on to the locker plant, hang carcasses, more carcasses longer or something. He said that was the kind of smaller. I don't know if that was still the plan.
It's kind of in our that's kind of our next step. We just got done with a big refrigeration upgrade. We replaced all the refrigeration in the whole building. Kind of our next step, we'd like to do a new retail area and have another carcass cooler so we can maybe run a few more numbers through. So
What is Adam's last name?
Yep. Adam Adrian.
What's
Any-
his last name and what tractor does he pull?
Adam Adrian and Memory Maker is the name of the tractor. It's called Memory Maker.
460.
Yep. So Adam,
Yep.
question we've asked. We've ever asked you this question.
We've
I think
been
it's
with the
first time
club
we've had you
since
on.
2006.
Okay. Since
I think
2006.
so.
If you got to drive any tractor that you wanted to and didn't have to fix it or pay for it, just hop on it, drive it. If you broke it, walk away, and it didn't matter, whose would you drive?
Well,
Melvin's.
I don't know. It'd be probably be a Pro Stock. I don't know whose Pro Stock it'd be. Probably Brinkmeyer's, I guess.
Legend.
I don't know. I'd probably drive just about anybody's if I didn't have to work on it.
Yeah, that's the way I feel too. Yep. What's your favorite? Well, when far?
What's that?
Which poll? You've won a lot of polls, and which one has been the most memorable for you?
Oh, shoot. A few years ago, probably the most memorable one. A few years ago, we won Darlington, and then we were in the shootout, and then we won the shootout as well. So that one probably sticks out in our head most. Plus that weekend, the night before Darlington or a night or two before Darlington, we had one down to there was a pull down in Iowa, DeWitt, Iowa. So we went from winning at DeWitt, and then we won Darlington, and then we won the shootout. So that was a pretty good memory.
That's a good night. Yep, good weekend. And what's your favorite place to pull?
Richland Center. Richland Center. He likes Richland Center.
If you want rain.
Yeah. Hey, if you want rain, have me plan a poll, guys.
Right?
Darlington always ranks up there. When we pulled in Mackville, we enjoyed going to Mackville when we were up there. I don't know. Probably Darlington, I guess, or Baraboo. The benefit pull at Baraboo, since we moved it there, that's been a lot of fun and a good place to pull. We've always enjoyed that too. So, those would be probably our top ones.
Okay. Next question is what's your favorite sled to pull?
Favorite sled to pull.
Don't answer it, Adam. It's a trick.
Yeah. I would say, and this is really honest to God truth, any of them, because every night we all have to pull the same sled. So it doesn't matter.
Good answer.
They're all good, and they all have problems. They're all mechanical, so they're all going to have trouble at some point. So.
Yep. John, got John here. You've been quiet here.
What's that?
John Strandley's got to get in here and ask some questions. I've been hauling the load here for half an hour, then 25 minutes.
Who's your favorite flagman?
So you guys are setting me up here. So if I say the wrong thing, the guys that I don't say, they'll be upset with me. So.
Well, that's great.
No.
They all do good. They all work hard. We've Badger State's got a good group of guys, good group of flag guys, so they all do a good job. So
yeah.
You want to know the right answer?
What's that?
You want to know the right answer?
Which one?
The one that runs backwards.
That's exactly right. That's always a good feeling when you see that flag guy going backwards.
I like it better when you turn around and run forward to keep ahead of you.
Jason, you know that feeling?
Yep. You know they're backpedaling, and all of a sudden you see him. Man, he's coming way too fast. I got to start running. They turn around, make a dead sprint, and you still blow by him. That's when it's fun.
That's fun, yeah.
Yep.
That doesn't happen to us very often. So
me neither. I did one time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
Everybody.
That only happens when I let other people drive my tractors. Like if my dad drives it or somebody good, that's when they have to back up. You actually see the flag guy come up if he sees me driving it, but if I let somebody else drive it, they back up a little bit. So,
yep. No,
sorry for my technical difficulties. I'm at the Iowa State Fair, and I was setting up an announcer stand. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Well, then there's a 30-mile-an-hour breeze came up, and I had the Starlink set up for my internet, and it blew over my screen. And then right when the show was starting, so I had to run all the way across the fairgrounds to our motorhome. And so thank you, Greg, for carrying the load for once. John and I have been doing it, I feel like, since, I don't know, John and I have been wanting to talk to you offline about this, Greg, but therapy's good in front of everybody, so we figured we'd talk to you about this tonight.
Commentator. Remember?
So it's all good. So three polls this week, Greg?
Yep. Down this weekend.
4 polls.
4 polls. Pecatonica. Yep. Pecatonica. We have not pro stocks, limited pros. Are hot farms in Peck, or is it Super Farm? Super Farmers in Peck.
Yeah, yep. It's not Hop Farms.
Nope, it's Super Farm, light limiteds, limited pros. There's one more. I don't think it's diesel trucks. It might be diesel trucks.
I'll tell you here in a second. So Pecatonica is Limited Pro, Super Farm, Light Limiteds, and 640 Pro Farm.
That's right. All right. Yep. There we go. Lucky you're organized, Adam.
Yeah.
That's what I'm in charge.
So it's
And then
Beaver
in
Dam
sock,
Wednesdays, Lancaster Thursday, Pecatonica Friday, and Sauk on Saturday.
Yep.
Yep. Which one are you calling? Which one of them polls are you calling, John?
Beaver Dam Wednesday night and Sauk Saturday night.
Okay, Stacy's got Lancaster and Peck.
I think so, yeah.
Yep, I think he does too. He was commenting on here before. He's listening. I'm sure he does.
Good.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun with him last weekend and Dan Mayer up to Hillsboro.
Yep. Tell us a little bit about that. I didn't get to go up there, but good show.
Hillsboro was rained out Friday night. We got going really good. Rained out Friday night. Saturday afternoon show was really good. And then Saturday night, I think, is the record crowd I've ever seen there. It was full from the starting line to the finish line on sides. So it was great to see a lot of people and great to see the pullers. And it was excellent pulling Saturday night.
Good. Yep. I talked to Don today too, and he said the same thing. Saturday night was the biggest crowd they've ever had. So I didn't ask him if he got enough rain insurance on night, but I hope he did. So
He did not.
Friday,
It only rained 2/10 in Hillsboro Friday night. So
just enough to end it.
you
Huh?
know,
yeah, I talked to him Saturday morning. I didn't specifically ask him, but I don't know if he would have bought 2/10. I doubt if he would have went that low. Isn't it kind of quarter inch, kind of where you start? Or
Yep. You can buy
But it was-
expensive.
I was up there helping with full pull and promoting Hillsboro, and to John's point, it was phenomenal pull. I mean, they got half the show in Friday night, at least what they could, and it rained just hard enough to really make a mess. And on my way back to Richland Center, it just poured down by Rockbridge and Hub City, just poured for like 10 minutes. But like I went back up Saturday morning, and Don said they only got 2/10 up in Hillsboro. So
Okay.
Molitor's made a good pass up there, and Andrew Vorwald driving Jason Brown's tractor won Pro Stock Friday night.
That's what I heard. Stacy said there was
90
90
hooks.
Yep. That's a big show. Ran it in 3 hours and 40 minutes. That's good. That's pretty fast for them guys. Usually maybe we're teaching them something, huh?
They were rolling. It was
Oh,
good.
Slama's texting you. Slama is texting you right now, Elsing. I guarantee it. So
No, he knows. He knows. He knows he wants a little faster when it goes. Yep.
Yeah, so the
talked
Lightning-
about that dinner.
the lightning Friday night is what got them. They had to stop. There was lightning all around. We can bring Al back on, talk about light pros. Badger State Super Farms kicked ass all weekend long, like they do every year, everywhere we go. So, Al, Badger State light pros, how did everybody do up there?
Oh, well, we were probably middle of the pack. The track got longer, both like quite a bit longer. And we had the biggest class we've ever ran. That was 21 tractors on Saturday afternoon, and we still had 19 on Saturday night. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I was sixth hook on Saturday day, and Kyle was actually first hook on Saturday night. And we kind of just made the decision. I said, Kyle, if you go over 220 feet or 320 feet, I says, you almost got to keep the damn thing, because we didn't want to put another pass on it. Last year we broke there, and then we couldn't even pull it our hometown pole. I says, we don't want to put 3 passes on it today. So he went 324 and kept it, and it held for a little while, but it just got longer. And every heavy hitter in our class was there. I mean, Smoots were there, Jeff Michelacci, the Smiths with their Fords, and Plotzes with their new tractor. And these guys are tough and really tough. And we were just happy to we did really well as far as the Badger State tractors go. We were either first or second in both of them, and it's just one of those things where track position or hook position was a huge deal. And the later you were, the better it was. And we just were early. So I felt as though we did good. I think our group did really well. And it was just fantastic to be there with all these guys because we don't get to pull against all those guys very often.
Yep. Yep. Stacy says the East Coast Fords did well.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
They're
East
hard
Coast Fords. Yeah. That was a fun class to watch, Al. That was for sure. You guys, that whole class did a great job, afternoon and night session. That was definitely fun to watch.
Really a bunch of good tractors, a lot of very good drivers. You know, I think it really reminds me of the Pro Stock days 10, 15 years ago. You know, when we go to Tomar or something like that, and you'd see 30 of them go down the track. And I tell you what, it's a little bit luck of the draw, and everybody has to have a perfect pass if you're going to win.
One of the questions on here, was there any component chassis there?
None.
None?
None.
But there's some being built there, I'm sure of that, right?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some coming up, but it's going to be a slow process, Greg. You know,
Yeah.
just like years and years before everybody kind of got over to it.
Yep.
It's wave of the future. I think that's what we got to do. It's pretty hard. I mean, when we had to spend to get our tractor to get down the track and not wreck, we might as well just build the component, but the timing was wrong. It wasn't
Right.
legally.
The timing's never right to switch that stuff.
It never. It really
Never-
never.
What's that?
The timing never is right. You know, it's going to be wrong for somebody always. So it's just a
Yeah.
matter of probably going there and just start working at it eventually.
Yep. Yep. So, no, that sounds good. So,
You guys pull Wednesday night in Beaver Dam? Do you pull anywhere else this weekend yet with us or no?
We're at Lancaster on Thursday night, and we actually did pull there earlier this year with an NTPA hook. And Adam is absolutely right. That is one of the best tracks we pulled on all year. And I got to admit, Hillsboro was an incredible good track this year. And it's really close to Lancaster. They were both that good. Just outstanding track.
good, good.
Well, we hope Beaver Dam's the same way.
We hope so too. We're working hard on it, guys. I hope we can get it there.
You got Pat coming up to help with a few tips or not?
I don't think so. I think we kind of got it during the day. I think he's working that night, I believe, right?
I don't know. I don't.
He talked to Chris a little earlier, just double checking on what we needed for equipment, but I don't know if Pat's coming or not. I think we're in pretty good shape if he doesn't, so we're pretty happy with how it's looking.
Yep. Stacy wants to know if you had to do much with the tractor between the afternoon show and the night show.
No, we just went over and checked it and made sure the screen was clean and everything looked good. So we just ran it again, and we just checked it again this morning actually, and everything looks good for Wednesday night. So hopefully we'll be all right.
Hope so. Hope so. Nope. My tractor's going down to Lemke's tomorrow. We think we're having problems. One of the things we're going to do is put 2 oil filters on it. Right now we have a Clearview. I don't know if people know what that is. It's a filter. It's a big oil filter, but I think we're thinking that might be the restriction right now. And having to get the computer and keep the oil pressure going down the track the way it is. And Robbie did it with his this weekend in Hillsboro. He said it worked really well, so mine's going down there to get that done too. So hopefully have it in Beaver Dam Wednesday night.
Oh, that'd be awesome, Greg.
Yep, I'm not going to pull it in right until we got something figured out. As I fixed it for the last time this year, it's done. I don't know. I sent a picture of the piston to Jason. I don't know if he put it up there or not, but I've never seen a burnt piston like that in my life. You know, it burned. It looked like it broke the top of the valve relief off, and it burned.
What do you want me to do, Greg?
Didn't I send you a picture of that piston last week?
On Facebook or on Messenger or in my text?
And I'm not a messenger on text.
Let me look.
Yep.
But when you do a good job, Greg, you do a good job.
Right. that piston line, brand new piston, and it went 50 feet.
Wow. So for the fans that are wondering, the Clearview oil filter, it's an aluminum based oil filter. The top is clear, almost has like an X in the top of it. There's a pre-screen in it that goes down through your regular, I would call regular oil filter, correct?
Yep.
And then back out. And then what you're able to do is at the end of your run or when you're done, there's a little petcock on the side and you can blow air in there and it'll push the oil off that screen and you'll be able to look at that micro screen and see if there's any metal on it. So it's kind of a neat little tool to see what's going on with the engine. So it tells you if there's bearing material in there or foreign material of anything that's in that microscope.
Doug, the reason those results aren't on the BSTP website, because that's actually not a BSTP poll. That's a Pro Polling League poll. So head over to propolling.com and all the results are on there. I think they actually do live results as well. And I actually, John, I was over at the full pull booth across from you and I bought Flow Racing and I had it on the TVs over there on the opposite side of the track. So it was kind of fun. There's about a 30-second delay. I could hear the womp, womp, womp of the pro stocks, watch them go. Then they went down the track on the TV. It was pretty cool. But I did get a couple good videos of Deer Addiction Al's Light Pro, and they're up on the Badger State Facebook page. I got those posted over the weekend, I think. I can't remember when I posted them. It's been so busy lately, but I got 2 of them up there for you, Al. One, when you guys were starting it up, you had your head up under the hood and you didn't know I was behind you. And then we got one coming down the track of you. So
Yeah, I saw those, Jason. Thank you. That was pretty cool.
Yep. But the Badger State Super Farms were freaking dominant. It was awesome to hear, like, I think Punky or Johnson, Johnson, is it Jamie J. Johnson? Who drives it, Stranley?
Justin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know all your guys' little cute nicknames you call each other. So, like, the first time I ever rode in a semi with Greg Elsing years ago, we were going up to Sheboygan to announce Plymouth County Fair. I thought Greg had all these friends. All it was a bunch of nicknames. Like everybody's got like 4 different nicknames. Him and Randy Brew. I thought it was all friends. I know better now. But after that night, I was like, man, this guy's popular. So and so and so and so. And then I come to find out it's like 2 different people.
Guys down by, they all have nicknames for each other down there. Fred, Wilma, I don't know, Doc, Orod, all them guys.
Yeah, a lot of nicknames.
I sent
you Dr. Joe.
Dr.
John,
Joe, he races snowmobile too.
Yep. Hey, Strandman, what's been your biggest? Has there been a biggest surprise or a takeaway from you so far in any of the classes? Like somebody really stepped up their game, or anything? Have you seen anything new really jump at you this year as an announcer?
I think everybody stepped up their game. I mean, in all the classes, like the pro stock diesel truck class, them guys like went up 3 rungs on the ladder from last year. The pro stock class, I think, keeps stepping up the ladder. Super farms too have kind of seemed like they've really come along. Like for instance, like Poltergeist, Johnny Dalkey and them are running better this year. It's just amazing. A lot of them are really made some changes, that really make them run well. The limited class too, the Zen's boys, that their Alki tractors are really on the ball this year. And then, but it's a good trade-off because the diesels have kind of been swapping back and forth with them too. So cool.
Agreed.
Little cool note about Hillsborough was the first time I took Ross there and he had a great weekend. Friends of us Harmansons have a mini rod that they pulled. So he hung out with them and did the whole team thing with them. But Saturday night, just before we went to the hotel, Justin Johnson went into the trailer and come out and gave his first place plaque to Ross. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That was.
Yeah. So Ross had me hanging on the wall by his picture in his bedroom. So that's pretty neat.
That's super cool. Yeah, Harmison just texted me because I drove by his house on the way down today. I didn't stop and see him. He's mad at me. So.
Is he?
Yep. He just texted me.
Yeah. It's good seeing them guys. That was a lot of fun.
Greg?
I sent you a picture of that piston messenger from the Down and Dirty thing.
Okay, I'm gonna
Did you
upload that
get
quick.
that? But-
Then we need to wrap this up. I gotta start Let's Grow polling.
Yep.
Give me 1 second.
No, it's
I'll
good.
put that picture.
Showing with Badger State guys up there, and they mixed it up well with all the guys from running all over. And I think it was one of the best shows that Hillsboro's had up there, to be honest with you.
Other than Rounds Tractors and Frank's tractor up there in Pro Stock, who was there from Badger State? Was there anybody else there? Oh, Craig
Was
Ladley.
there.
Craig
Yep,
was there.
Craig was there.
He split a
Craig
crossover
Ladley.
pipe Friday.
Yeah, he had a left-handed turbo on there, I guess. You have to ask him about the left-handed turbo, Greg.
Right? He's
Little
kind of a
inside
left-handed
joke
guy.
on the right on it. Holy smokes. That's what you call a mean mug piston.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to do too many of them. But
Wow. I'll tell you one
Yeah.
thing that was cool up in Hillsboro was Kevin Masterson winning the belt buckle. And on the belt buckles, for those of you that don't know that are watching, Don Slama has Montana Silversmith make belt buckles for Hillsboro, which are the same ones that make them for the PBR. They're a very nice belt buckle. I hate to think how much the belt buckle is, but Kevin Masterson won the buckle up there, and the sweetest thing about him winning that belt buckle was he won it with his dad's tractor. And on the belt buckles, Don Slama always puts 1 or 2 names on the belt buckles for each class. And I remember that someone that passed away either in the pulling community or in the community up there that helped out with the pull or something that's very special, someone's name on there. So Butch Krieger was on all of them. And on the pro stock class was Don Masterson, and that went home to Kevin Masterson. So that was a sweetheart of a deal. Afterwards, Ryan Zellick and I did an interview with him, and I don't know if Ryan's given that to Don yet or not, but you're going to try and post that on the Hillsboro Facebook page. It was really cool. It was amazing.
that's cool. That's cool. Well, guys, I think that's the end of our time. I see Jason jumped out there, and I want to thank Alan and Chris and Adam all for being on the show tonight. I'd like to thank our sponsors too, Ed Casper, Don Slama, Trip Downing, and Matt Castor, all for our show here and helping us out with it. You got anything else, John?
Front Street Toys, Slime Enterprises, all of them that help out. And everybody that's watching, and thanks for tuning in every Monday night with us. And can't wait to do some more shop tours this fall, winter, and spring.
Thank you guys
Get back
for doing
at it,
this.
guys. Yep. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Al.
Look forward to seeing you guys Wednesday night.
We'll see you then.
Yep. So you folks that
Thanks, guys.
are able to come Wednesday night, 2 tracks at the Dodge County Fairgrounds, and be ready for a good pull. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.